All right. What is going on, peeps? How y'all doing today? It is Monday. I think it's the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. Remember, serves me right. It is the 27th. So see, I'm paying attention a little bit. It's your Uncle Steve here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Thank you all for joining me. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Wonder what folks are talking about today. Well, you know, I got to add my 2, 3, 4, 5 cents into a little bit of the talk that's going on. But first, thank you, everybody, for sliding in here today with me. This Monday, this is the Aftermath. We're usually here on Mondays and Fridays for sure. And this is going to be our little Monday get-together therapy session or whatever you want to call it. But we're going to talk Falcons, and we're going to talk things that Falcons fans might want to see and some may not want to see. Going to talk a little bit about that. Also, we're talking about what side of the ball do you have the most confidence in right now? The offense or the defense? At the surface, it seems like that's a pretty easy answer. But in light of some of the moves we've made, some I would think to improve one side of the ball a little bit more than the other. How do you feel about the Atlanta Falcons offense? And I know before everybody says it, yes, we have the draft to go through. So I'm not, I know we have a little ways to go. Still may have some free agents to look at as well. So how do we feel? How do we feel about that? Offense, defense. Let's see what we're talking about. First, I want to say hello to everyone joining the stream. Thank you for coming in on Uncle Steve's Lounge. Appreciate it, and appreciate everyone from Atlanta Bird Gang jumping in to add their 2, 5, 10 cents to everything. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Got my brother John Brooks in the house. Say, hope we trade for LJ. He wants out. I hope we go after him. Also says Blogging Dirty just posted as of right now, the Falcons are the favorite to get Lamar. We've heard that before. So I don't want to get folks overhyped on that. But listen, y'all know as well as I do. False start in the house. Say, let's see what they do. D. Sloan's in here. What's going on, brother? I'm doing well today. Beautiful day for the last couple of hours. I know this morning was very messed up. A lot of storms. Praying for some folks out there, man. Just dealing with some awful weather over the last 48 hours. But it looks like we're going to dry out a little bit. John Brooks says, false start. I think we may trade for him. I mean, Blogging Dirty wrote on their page a few minutes ago, the Falcons are the new favorite to land. LJ, of course, you're going to hear a lot of that coming up. I am just a believer that, yeah, when I see it, I believe it when I see it. And, I'm probably one of the ones who have stuck my head out there for everybody to see, to say, oh, yeah, I would love for that to happen. I would love for it to happen, but right now at this second, folks, I'm sorry. I until I see it, I just don't want to overhype myself. And I'm the one that's telling you I would love that. Let me turn this down right quick. I apologize ahead of time. There we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm the one that's giving hope to that. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not sure. Let's see. Got a lot of things to think about when you start talking about that. Winston in the house. What's going on? Minute 95 North. What is going on? How you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining us in here in Uncle Steve's Lounge, man. I appreciate you as always. And Pops. RJ says, good evening, Unc. Hope all is well with you and your family. It is, brother. And that's hitting right back at you. Hope your family is well too. Lisa. Imagine. What a day indeed. What did they say? Folks on both sides are on. I'm sorry. Folks on both sides are on one. Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Winston. I appreciate it, man. Y'all, yeah, exactly. Tell a friend. I think this is going to build itself up to the draft. Just because this news came out today, I just want to warn people. I still don't think anything happens till after the draft. Here's why. I think if you're a team like in Atlanta, somebody that people just not even thinking about that would make too much sense is Indianapolis. And let me pull up their cap room real quick, because if you're in Indianapolis's shoes and you have the number 3 overall pick, is it number 3 or number 4? They have the number 4 pick, but Arizona's not going to get a quarterback. And if you look at their situation, I'm pulling up Indianapolis right now. Indianapolis at this moment, salary cap is looking like, open up, my friend. All right, while I'm doing that. But yeah, Indianapolis, when you think about it, with that number 4 pick, they would be able to give that pick to number 4, and Baltimore can go get their next quarterback. They have at this moment, and I'm trying to figure out why is this not showing all the way, but it's $20-something million. I'm trying to, let me see if I can, there it is. I had to shrink my screen a little bit. So let me share this side right here, and that would be here. So if we look at Indianapolis has $21 million at this moment under the cap. And I'm pretty sure they can do some things to kind of squeeze things around. But you think about their situation with that number 4 pick overall, which no matter who would jump up to number 3, you would at least get somebody. I look at the Indianapolis Colts to probably be more of a favorite than the Atlanta Falcons. Just keeping it real. As much as I would love to have LJ in Atlanta uniform, if the price is right and if the draft picks aren't crazy. But this is why I think they're not going to make a move. I don't think they're going to make a move to give up any draft picks prior to the 2023 draft, unless it's kind of a deal breaker. When the man comes out and says, I don't want to play for a team, I'm requesting a trade, I just don't see how you go back on that. I don't know if you're Baltimore, how do you expect the team to, do you really want him back? He's under the 32 point whatever million dollar franchise tag this year, but do you think he's going to play for a team that he's already told you he doesn't want to be there? Now, nobody wants to sit there and feel like they're not in control, and that's the problem. I think the Ravens are definitely going to say, nah, you're not going to hijack us. So they're going to wait until the best deal comes available, and I just think this is going to be a waiting game, folks. This is not going to be a overnight decision. I think this is going to be something that just takes a little time. D said, what's going on, Unc? I'm catching you before work. Can't wait to hear what your thoughts. Let's go Falcons, D. You know where I'm landing. You know where I'm landing on this. I'll get into it in a second. Mills, what's going on, man? A wonderful day in Falcon country here in North Carolina. Awesome to hear that. 3:30 in the house, man. What is going on? I saw you earlier keeping them in line. Yeah, man. I was over at Smitty's Sports Machine with my buddy Smitty, and Big Little Country was in the house, man. And we were having some spirited debate about the prospect of bringing a Lamar Jackson to your team. The reason why it's a little bit more exciting now, because if you think about all the talk that we were having prior to the free agent pickups, it was, like, well, we're not going to have any money. We can't get any players. Well, you got some players now. Not to say it's all over with, but you have some players. And what you also have is the ability to create more cap space. And I don't care what the size of Lamar's contract is. Obviously, you could always do some things to maneuver and get him into this particular on this particular team if you wanted to. As I look at the teams right now with the most money available, obviously Chicago is number one with their 38 million, but it seems like Chicago is in a good place and a better place. I would say Justin Fields is his arrow is ticking up, and they went out and they definitely made some nice moves on defense, and they still got about $40 million. Now, if they turned around and got it wanted to get into the Lamar Jackson sweepstakes, obviously I think the simpleton thing would be to Justin Fields to go to Baltimore. It would probably be perfect because he would kind of fit what they have. But I look at the other teams there. Carolina has the number one pick. They have no need to get into that dealing. Detroit Lions, look, all hope is alive in Detroit. I don't think they want to mess up that. The Houston Texans, I don't think Lamar would want to go to Houston. Green Bay Packers, they have Jordan Love. That would be a waste. And then us, the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Millie says, Mr. Blank tell Terry and Arthur to make that move for LJ8. Desmond can wait or package him up. Make it happen, though. I'm going to tell you something. I wouldn't be so eager to pack him up. Look, before Taylor closes on that house, hold on. Before you grab that suitcase, hold on a second. Wait 1 minute. Before you grab it, I got something for you. Hold on 1 second. Oh, man. 3:30 acknowledging folks. Brother Jeremy Cox is in the house. What's going on, Jeremy? Say, no way in hell we don't make a run at LJ, probably after the draft. We might get Watson. That's true. By another team, though. Feel better about the offense run game than defense right now. Barely. And it's funny you say that because that's the other question I'm asking about. What do you feel better about, the offense or the defense? I'm in your boat, though, Jeremy. If a move is going to be made, it's going to be after the draft. I would think that every team now is saying, look how far we are into this thing. Now, Lamar, you're going to have to look, Baltimore, if y'all want something, it's going to have to come after the draft. But I do think the prospects of us getting Watson is probably more than likely to happen before the draft. If it's a team that just comes out and blows the Ravens out of the water with a move, then yeah, I could see them making that move. But you know, Terry Fontenot is at least inquiring to see what's going on. You would be less than the general manager if you didn't. Travis says the Falcons offense, we have the superhero. As long as we have here we go, Lombardi. I detect the tinge of sarcasm in that particular statement there, but I understand where you're coming from. Miss Pamela, how are you today? Very good to see you. Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Billy says, I feel as though we need explosiveness on offense and more attitude and grit on defense. Right now, I'm not even going to lie to you, Millie. I'm feeling more optimistic about the defense. And it's not even for the players we got. I think I'm feeling more optimistic because of the coach. I think you have to look at what Coach Nielsen has been able to do since when he was with our arch rivals. And a couple of the guys he's brought over, I think you're going to see some attitude change. Not only just, not just talking about being a tough guy. I think you're just going to see some changes in how we attack the quarterback. And now that we have some folks that might be able to man the secondary a little bit more, i.e. Jesse Bates, maybe you could take a couple more chances. That I'm feeling more at this moment at 7-16. I feel more optimistic about the defense. Todrick, what is going on, man? Are you going to spin this narrative about getting Lamar when you are going to take When are you going to take a chill pill and just give it up? Not going to happen. Taji, as I told everybody before, scared money don't make money, man. And here's the thing. As a Falcon fan, I'm going to be fine either way. I like some of the things we're doing with the team. I like it either way. But, man, I can't help but to think about it. Just like everybody else is thinking about it today. It's been the topic of sports radio all over today. ESPN, FS1, on the radio. Everybody's talking about it. So, sorry, everybody got to get it in their heads. It might happen, it might not. Mo said, what's up, they need to go get Lamar, period. Show us they really trying to win. Sounds like a winner to me. Scooter, what's going on, man? Don't know who I can trust more, but I'll say I'm on the side of winning. I can never go wrong with that statement, my friend. Tonio, how you doing, brother? Good to see you in the house. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Pamela says, first of all, he better get him a good agent. And Pamela, I don't know who, man, if anything, this might be the perfect example possibly of how not to go about your business. And when I say that, I say it respectfully, because who am I to get in that young man's head and tell him what to do? He's worth way more money than I'll ever be probably in my lifetime. But when you see the little pitfalls and detours he's had to make since last year, and quite honestly, since the year before, I just think if he had an agent, he would be in a much better situation right now. Now, I've also defended him to say, hey, if that's how he wants to do business, that's on him. I'm not in his household. I'm not in his head. I don't know. All I just know is I don't want to hear anything about Hustle Man trying to make side deals without the NFL knowing. That seems like that could be a problem. So, what's going on, Coach Jack? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming into the lounge and talking about this thing. Talking about Lamar Jackson. Also talking about what side of the field do you feel better with, the offense or the defense? Which one do you feel better with? Dale Prince, what's going on? Said LJ not coming to Atlanta. Man, he might not, Daryl. I mean, it's conversation, my friend. It's always interesting to me, the people that don't want that have no interest in seeing Lamar. They are so well, you get two different takes. And I'm not saying you specifically, Daryl, but you just gave me a good opening. The people who don't want Lamar, they got like a couple of narratives and they're getting old. Lamar gets hurt all the time. Man, you can't pay him that money. And y'all hating on Ritter. I mean, that's all I hear. Those are the only things I hear that would for Lamar Jackson coming here. Now, I'll tell you the truth. I'm not crazy about spending $220 guaranteed dollars on Lamar. If I'm being transparent, I think that's a little much for his injury history. I would be willing to go as far as 200, maybe throw a couple of sweeteners in there, make it where some accelerators would give him a little extra money in his pocket towards the end of the contract. But yeah, that's about the only thing. For every person that talks positive about Lamar Jackson, it does not mean that you don't like Ritter. It doesn't. I like hot dogs a lot more than I like hamburgers, but I'll eat both. Right now, Ritter's a hot dog. I mean, no, Ritter's a hamburger. I want the hot dog. I do. I like coffee more than I like tea. Right now, Ritter's the tea, LJ's the coffee. And I have to make sure that I have options. It's okay to have options, folks. You don't have to like it. But while he's out there right now, while the potential for LJ to be on this team is out there right now, you have to explore it. Now, if you come back and say it's just too rich for my blood and we can't do it, fine. Then we'll move over with the untested guy. That's fine. But I'm just trying to figure out why the negativity of thinking about something. And then here's the other thing that I've heard too. LJ's not on the team. Why are y'all talking about him? The same reason we were talking about Ritter when he wasn't drafted here. Same way we were talking about Taylor Heineke before he was here. The same way y'all were talking about Jesse Bates before he got here. Folks, it's off-season talk. During the off-season, all options are out there. We're going to talk about it. And this is not the platform that if you have an opinion that I don't like, that we're not going to talk about. I want you to express yourself. Like Daryl said. Daryl said he's not coming. That's fine. And he might not. But I'll talk about him trying to come. RJ says, Unc, I know you did all your time team yesterday, but I have to get this off my chest. I think Dan Quinn was the greatest hyping the fans up coach in Falcons history with his slogans. Yeah, DQ and that's why when people start talking about, if you remember, RJ, and I don't know if you were here yesterday, we were talking about Dan Campbell with the Detroit Lions. Like he's, the quotable guy, the rah guy, and he goes with his slogans. I like biting the kneecap off folks, all that junk. And it's all good when you're 9-8. But when you don't win the title, that stuff gets old. And that's what happened with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn got old. Dan Quinn wasn't ready for the job as a head coach his first time around. Yes, before people start talking about it, I will give him credit for rallying the team to that Super Bowl. But I think it's kind of more than obvious, no matter how much hate we throw towards him, that team got to the Super Bowl because of the coach out in San Francisco right now. He had a revolutionary offense that no one could stop until the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl in 2017. With that guy left, our fortunes left with it. Antonio says the Colts, as far as I'm sure you started talking about potential to get Lamar. Jack Doe in the house. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Why are we not trading for Lamar? Has the NFL blackmailed, blackballed Lamar? Baltimore will select quarterback. Listen, I think Lamar will be talking to people in the next week or two. Somebody's gonna blink. I'm not sure if Terry is at a point right now where he's gonna give up this number 8 pick for this year because he knows how valuable it is. Unless they get away with some type of contract that just fits everyone. Lamar's not going to be on this team before training camp, but he's not going to be on Baltimore. I don't know who he's going to be on, but whoever it is, I think somebody's going to probably throw their hand up before the Falcons will. I think the Falcons are going to try their best to sneak through the draft. I think Lamar will be gone by the end. Millie says, if we give up number 8 in either Ritter or Heineke, I would kind of like that better if I was Baltimore. I think Baltimore would be in a good position. I would probably, if I was Baltimore, I'd take Heineke before I take Ritter. And that's not a slight at Ritter. I've seen Heineke. And that's one of the reasons why, folks, when he came to the team, does there not seem like to be a similarity to what was going on with Marcus Mariota? You brought in the middling backup, but can start a couple of games, be okay type guy. That's what this smells like. It smells just like that. And I think if I was Baltimore, I want Heineke. Number on the books. And then Baltimore can say, you know what? We'll go after our quarterback in 2024. And Baltimore will be the ones to get Caleb Williams. Jay Scott, how you doing, sir? The Colts can either get a rookie quarterback cheap or have the option to get LJ. But with the news coming out that he wanted to trade, Baltimore has lost some of their bargaining power. Not really. Think about this. Think about it in this way, Jay Scott. Baltimore doesn't have to do a thing. Yeah, they might suffer on the field, but they kind of hold Lamar's kind of future. They can go to a team right now, and you know, obviously, we know Baltimore can match whatever package is going forward. So let's say the best offer that the Ravens get is 2 number ones, a quality player, and maybe like a second round pick in 2024 or 25 or something like that. Baltimore doesn't have to play ball. They don't. They can wait as long as they want to. They can. They don't have to, you know, play ball. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get my brothers in here. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. my brothers just told me that they did not get the link in here. Let me. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. It. Copy link. And let's do that. Sorry about that, everybody. I was trying to get my brothers in here to talk with me. Let's get in here. This got to be my brother Macario. I know I can't see the name. Yo, what's going on, brother? Pray the family is good. Love to see you on with all the updates, hot topics, and value comments on the home team. Keep going. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. We always trying to keep everything 100 on here. Again, whether you like it or not, we're going to talk about it. Sometimes it might not be what people want to hear, but it is what it is. Let's see. D. Sloan says, let's get it, Ritter. Let's go, Ritter. Hey, and again, I'm not mad at that either. That I can go with that. I can go with that. I am, for the first time, going to be able to. This is my first super chat on here, and I want to definitely acknowledge it. There it is. Hold on 1 second. I apologize. I'm trying to get it on here. God dang it. I'm going to put it on here, but let's get it. Georgia, thank you. Thank you for the first that I've ever received on here. And for some reason, I cannot get this thing to come on. I probably have to go straight from YouTube to get it. But I'm going to read it right quick, and I'm going to put you on, man. Thank you. It says, congrats on 1K. Saw you through Smitty's show earlier when you were there with Big Low Country. Already subbed, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that is my first $5 chat. And I'm going to tell you right now, with my first $5 chat, and I'm going to tell this nice young man sitting next to me that I ain't giving y'all nothing. I'm going to get my first biscuit by myself with this $5. And y'all can have your Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, y'all can have your Krispy Kremes. And thank you. Let's get it. I appreciate that. And again, appreciate any support for the channel, y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. Let me introduce to you one of the Fab Four guys here. This is my guy, Alberto, 95 North. What is going on, my friend?
Man, all is great. How are you, Uncle 1K? We got to change that to Uncle 1K now.
Is Uncle 1K? Okay, we can do
Uncle
that.
1K and beyond. We trying to get you up.
I'm good, man. I'm good with that. I appreciate that, brother. So look, man. You in here, and I'm gonna go and folks. I see y'all all out there. I see you. I see you, Armani nephew. What's going on? I see you, Ron. I'm gonna go by the comments on here, but I'm also got to let my brother. He didn't get a chance to sneak in today. We had a very spirited talk and about the Lamar Jackson thing. How do you feel, man? How do you feel about what's going on, man, with the new news?
Oh man, new news to be expected, I guess. To some capacity. We haven't really heard from Lamar. We can't say his camp because he really ain't got one. So we haven't heard from Lamar. So, and then Lamar coming out today, breaking silence finally, and, just kind of saying goodbye to the fan base. Kind of just like, it's like, all right, I think this brother's ready to move on. And truth be told, Smitty brought up a great point. You paid a linebacker all that money. $100 million, and they invested on a linebacker, and that money could have went right towards Lamar. I think the organization may be ready to move on or move in a different direction, which I won't understand why that would happen either. Lamar gives them the best choice to win right now, but if that's not in their plans for right now, so be it. I would love for that service to come here in Atlanta because, truth be told, man, I'm ready to win, man. I'm just ready. 6 years in this, man. Listen, I'm ready to go in on a Monday and say, wait, you can't talk to me sideways today. We got that W today.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, brother, it's gonna be exciting. And look, I gotta stop. This is my brother. Let's get it. GA again. Congrats on 1K. Saw you through Smitty's show. Earlier when you were there with Big Scene Stealer, Big Low Country already. So my brother.
That's awesome.
So this is awesome. Thank you so much. And he also came back again. He told me to get 2 biscuits. Anybody that I know support positive people, brother. Thank you so much. And don't think this is underestimated, man. I appreciate it, man. This is passion of myself, my brother Alberto, Smitty, Big Low. Bro, we don't take this for granted, y'all. We really don't. My brother Kojak in the house. Big what do you think of Trey? And thank you very much. First of all, thank y'all. Y'all generosity is off the chain. Y'all gonna make me sing.
Amazing.
They're gonna make me sing, bro. I'm about to kill you.
Yeah. I was about to hit that high note. Hey, Big Low, if you watching, you got that comp coming now.
See, I'm trying. Look, when Big Low come in here, we can do a duet, but only if I get to sing the first part of it.
Oh man, hey, listen, the album cover came out earlier today.
I saw. You know what? I'll go. He said he was gonna put it on, so I'm not gonna debut it. I'm gonna let him debut it.
Yes,
but
sir. Yes, sir.
I still feel a little bad being in the background on that cover.
I tried to find the best one, man. Oh Lord, man.
No, Jack, I appreciate you. Say, Big on. What do you think a trade for LJ would take in draft picks and money? Keep up the great show. Thank you so much. As of right now, this is fair to me. 2 first-round picks. I'm going to try to wait till after the draft, make them 24 and 25. Get this number 8 this year if you can. 2 number 1 picks, possibly a 3rd round, maybe in 24, possibly in 25. 210 to 215 is the top. That 210 to 215. I think that's a happy medium. I think that's something that I think he would be satisfied, and especially getting out of Baltimore. What's your thoughts on that? What are you looking at as fair compensation?
I think you hit the nail right on the head, man. I think that's very fair. And, truth be told, coming into Atlanta, if he does come here, he already knows off the bat the situation is better. There's way more playmakers here on this offense. So that money where you lined it up could be like, hey, listen, sign me up. I'm gone. That's where I want to be. Yeah. He could definitely come in week 1 through week 18 and make some noise. And shit, truth be told, that's exactly what we need in the Benz, man. It's some much needed noise, and from the home base, not the opposing team.
Right.
We need to ramp it up, man. So that what you said as far as compensation is very, very fair. And Lamar knows that. Lamar, he can look at the roster up and down and say, man, there's an advantage in Atlanta with the offense than what it was in Baltimore. They never put anybody around him. And Harbaugh, the way what he said today that they're building that offense around Lamar. What have you done? What have you done? What kind of comment is that to make, man? So it's like, I'm not. To me ends like an end of a tenure right there for me, right there. That to
tell me, what did you think about that little mini answer he gave for that? Do you think that I think it blindsided him.
It did. I think so too.
I think it did. And when he answered, if you could tell, he was kind of like, oh, he released a tweet. I love Lamar. I love Lamar.
I'm thinking about Lamar. I think about him every day. Yeah, you better be thinking about him every day because he goes out the door and you potentially could go right out the door with him. Because hey, he's always had, Harbaugh is a good coach. He's a great coach. He's done so much for that organization. But without Lamar, Harbaugh, his days are numbered. Yeah. His days are definitely numbered.
Yeah, he's somebody that I think would take on the challenge of a new quarterback, but I do think he would want. I think he would want Lamar there if he had his choice. I think he would. Jack Doe said Le'Veon Bell all over again.
Oh wow,
that's a good call.
That's a
good call. And again, Le'Veon Bell didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
He held out.
Yeah.
He did not play. So, I mean, it depends on how much conviction Lamar has. Do you think as of right now, do you think he has enough to where he's gonna not play at all?
No, I don't think so.
Same here.
I don't think so, man. I think he'd be doing himself an injustice, just ruin his reputation or his brand, so to say, by doing something like that. It's just better for them, for that organization in Lamar, just to part ways, because it's going to get way too uglier if he stands pat and he stays there, man.
Yeah, I feel the same way about that. I'm going to jump down to a couple more of these comments in here. Armani nephew in the house says before Taylor closes on that house. I know what I'm saying, man. Look, wow, this is this 7-bedroom and 6-bathroom house with the pool and the nice thing. Yeah, before he signed, you might want to check to see what's going on with that before you make that move. Ron Spencer in the house says, how about ESPN talking smack about us? I saw the article. I saw the thing the guy said. Yeah, but ESPN these days, don't get me wrong. It's about as opinionated as us. I'm not taking them for a grain of salt. I don't know. I'm not paying them deep attention. Stephon, what's going on? What's good with you? How you doing today? Thank you for joining us in the house. Ron says Ritter working. He ain't letting nobody touch his spot.
More power to him. More power to him.
I hope if we don't end up doing this, if it does anything, it lets him know that the fan base, because this is not just me talking, and I don't want to speak for you, Alberto, but I mean, there are people that it's not a matter of not trusting Ritter more than it is I want the proven commodity that I've seen out there. And it bothers me that people can't distinguish the difference.
Yeah.
I keep hearing the hate for Ritter, and I'm like, no, it's not hate for that young man.
No.
It's just like we did with Deron Payne, just like we did with who else did we wanted that had signed with somebody else? Who else have we talked about?
Man. So many. Draymond Jones.
Draymond Jones.
Yep. Deron Payne.
We wanted them here, and they're not here because they signed somewhere else. Why all of a sudden is it such a lightning rod for us to want one of those guys as opposed to, how do y'all think Taquan Graham felt when he heard us trying to get Deron Payne or Draymond Jones? How do you think Richie Grant felt when Jesse Bates comes in here? So when I keep hearing people acting like it's hurting them or it's making them feel bad, it kind of bothers me. What are your feelings about that?
I mean, if anything like that, you're a competitor, man. That's supposed to light the fire within, man, to do better for yourself and do better in the league. If you're not, showcasing for the Falcons, then you're going to showcase for a different team. So you're going to have an opportunity. So, to the Taquan Grahams, to the Richie Grants, man, just use this as motivation to best yourself or and make the best impression you can on this team while you're still on there. For that, excuse me. What was the other question about Lamar? You said you had mentioned something. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No. I probably forgot that quick. I think I was just talking about the difference between rooting. I mean, wanting more from your team from a proven commodity as opposed to hating on Ritter. I think it's just a narrative. It's an overplayed narrative that just doesn't.
And Desmond could turn out to be that guy, but ask yourself this: do you really want to go another 2 or 3 years waiting to see if he is that guy? Because I sure as hell don't, man.
I don't, man.
And people keep saying, such a generational talent or superstar status like Lamar is to be available. That's such a rare thing in this day and age, man. And the fact that he's even available to even go and talk to him to seek the services, man, you gotta entertain that 100%. Especially while that need is still prevalent here in Atlanta at the quarterback position.
Absolutely. Pamela comes on and says, "I feel like drafting BJ probably Bijan, the running back would be more exciting than LJ." I respectfully disagree with that. I think when you Bijan Robinson is going to be nice. I don't care where he lands, he's going to be nice. I think we need more than just a running back. Now, I'll turn this around, Pamela. If you were to tell me Ritter is the guy, Lamar signed to another team, and in the first 7 picks, aside of the quarterbacks, they already got Jalen Carter, Christian Gonzalez, and Tyree Wilson. If you tell me that, maybe I'll think about Bijan Robinson. But what do you think about that? You feel like he would be more exciting than getting LJ? That's the comparison.
Man. That's a great comparison. And both explosive athletes at two different positions, of course. What I think Bijan would definitely elevate the offense a little bit more. Sure, having him and Tyler Algier, your Thunder Lightning, so to say, that would be very exciting, man. But the most important position on the field is the quarterback position, and a guy like Lamar who can do a little bit what Bijan can as far as the running aspect of it. I would definitely still welcome that more so than anything, man.
And that's like I said again, and it's a preference. It's just like we were talking about earlier. I like coffee as opposed to tea. I'll drink both, but I like that a little better. Rusty in the house. Rusty say, "Steve, you were giving those emotional dudes on Smitty's live stream." Rusty, Rusty, I don't know, man. I just. The passion and that's why I love dealing with Alberto and Smitty and Big Love. We talked a lot last night, and we had different ideas. But I think if you pull off the cover, we are all deep down Falcon fans and just want the best.
Exactly.
If Ritter ends up being the starter on this team, I'm telling y'all not gonna see a person yelling more for him than me.
Right.
You're not. Yep. And that's that's the thing. I think when people have their opinions about that. So Winston says the defensive additions for the scheme will definitely show up next season, even without a premier pass rusher at this point. I see us getting at least 35 sacks this season.
Ooh, that's very
free agent in the draft. Don't tease me, Winston. Don't tease me.
That's very bold. I'll say this: I think we get 35 sacks if we acquire another corner up this side, AJ Terrell.
Yeah,
I think that'll give us the flexibility to do cover 3. And then now you're talking about if Gonzalez is available at 8, Gonzalez, one side, AJ, of course, the other side. And in the deep middle, you got Jesse Bates kind of eliminating that whole back end of the backfield there. Allows Nielsen to get super creative with how he wants to formulate these blitzes and dial them up at certain times in the game. So I can see that happening only if we acquire another shutdown corner for sure.
I'll take it one step further. I don't even, if Christian Gonzalez, if we miss him at 8, because there are some mocks that have him going earlier.
They do 6.
There are some.
Yes.
So we may end up going cornerback 2nd round, 3rd round as well. I do agree. We do need to shore up. Even if we're keeping Casey Hayward, I still think we need to get younger at that position. Yeah. Possibly start thinking about, because Casey's only here for 2 years, but this is his 2nd year.
Yep,
so
last year.
We need to start thinking about the future if he's on the roster at all. Ron says the LJ talk is getting boring. Hey, and I know. Look,
yeah,
if it is, brother, I'm gonna tell you what you do. You might want to turn off TV for the next week or 2, because today it was the top story on ESPN, top trending on Twitter. It's boring to those who don't want to talk about it.
You may not want to watch the draft either, because that's going to be talk central, especially with the teams that need quarterbacks. Could you see this being as Lamar Jackson territory? You know that's going to be brought up. So,
absolutely, and you know this.
That night, oh man, that's going to be the running mill right there, man.
I'm going to drop down to a couple of people we haven't heard from. Brother Dexter is in the house. What's going on? He said, I feel better with the offense. We got weapons. I think Smith is going to shock some people. And I'm not sure if we went back to the original question with you, Alberto, which side of the ball, as of right now, and we know we have to go through the draft, after this first wave of free agency, which side of the ball do you feel more confident with at this moment?
I feel very, very confident in the defense. Yeah. After so many years, I feel confident in the defense. Not, we weren't as bad, last year. We had that bend but don't break type defense. And Unc, you mentioned it so much yourself. We didn't give up that many points. We were pretty much in every game, other than that Cincinnati game. You can write the Falcons in as almost a shoe-in for a victory in a lot of the games, but of course, clock management, other things factored in, bogus play at quarterback position, etc. But right now, I'm all in on the defense, man. I feel real good about this defense. The Amumata? Yeah, Amumata.
Oh, yeah.
Pickup. Solid pickup.
I hope he has a nickname. I hope he has a nickname. We can
for sure, man.
I hope he has one.
He played great in New Orleans. A guy that plays with a lot of intensity, a lot of attitude. Pair that right with Grady. That's excellent. Caden Ellis, another guy that was brought over. That's my favorite pick, to be honest. I'm really, like I said yesterday, I'm really interested to see how Nielsen deploys him and uses him, so to say, as a rusher. 7 sacks last year. So I'm more hopeful for the defense this year than any other.
Absolutely. Athlete when you have a quarterback with more rushing yards than the running back. That's scary. I would love to see LJ and Pitts, but we need more veteran leadership. A couple of guys with the free agent signings that we did. I think I like the veteran moves that we made. Now, most of them were on defense,
right?
But I'm telling you, man, when I look at what's back there now, when you start looking at Jesse Bates, you start looking at Omanyata on the defense, the re-signing of our brother from Georgia.
Lorenzo Carter.
Jesus. Yeah. And I know, I was about to say Fowler. I was about to say Fowler. Not him. But that is something to think about when you start talking about leadership on this team. Grady has been that guy the last 2 years, especially since Julio and Matt have left. But I like the infusion of the vets. What about you?
Yeah, I do too. It's something that's much needed. I'm not a firm believer in going into a roster with starting a year with the youngest roster on in the league. I think that spells trouble a lot of the times. Like, who do those young guys look to in crucial situations, and when you don't have a good influx of veterans? I think we have the right pieces at the right stages of the defense. Defensive line, linebacker, safety, that at any given point, any of the younger guys like an AJ or a Richie can look at a Jesse Bates, been through it, even though he's 26 years of age, but he has so much experience. He has that football experience. He has playoff wins under his belt. He's been in the winning culture. He knows what to do in those situations. So I like the veteran presence right now on the Falcons team for sure, man.
I can definitely dig it. My brother Todrick says, Unc, are you telling me you want every shiny toy that comes on the market? Wake up, please. It doesn't work. It don't work like that. We need to go get more explosive in offense, not cap hell. Just let it go, Unc. It's not helping you any. Well, Todrick, let's go back. No, I don't want every shiny toy. I quite honestly, when I used to, when I was younger, a long time ago, I only wanted one toy. I never had the list like everyone else. I wanted the one toy. And whether it was shiny or not, that's my world. If I want a shiny toy, sometimes I got the shiny toy. But in the scenario that you're making, right, you're misrepresenting what I'm saying. You don't want the shiny toy, which is fine. I want a better option at quarterback. You're making it feel like this is the only guy I want ever on this team. No, I just want better play at quarterback. Our play at quarterback since 2019 has not been very good. And if you bring Ritter in here, not bring him in here. If you let Ritter start game one on this team and he takes a little while, this fan base is not as patient as y'all think. Now, it's some of y'all. It's so funny.
That's true.
And, Todrick is my buddy. It's people like Todrick that I always want to see at the end of the year when we're going through the 7-10, the 7-10, the 4-12, 7-9, because I want to hear how optimistic you are at the end of the year when we just went through the year, that y'all say, well, maybe this is the year. Maybe this is it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm as optimistic too. You couldn't find a better pom-pom swinger than Mariota early in the year. But at the end of the year, when it's time to evaluate what's really going on with this team, yes, we needed to plug those holes we had. And yes, we are devoid of good quarterback play. The fact that I just see this swelling of love towards the potential of a third-round pick, it just kind of scares me a little bit that that's all we reach for. Like, we're not reaching anymore. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does. It does, man. And I think folks hang their head on too much on a 2-2 record with 764 yards passing, 2 INTs, two touchdowns. That's not enough for me to be like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what he does week one. It doesn't. I need to see a little bit more, man. So, I'm not patient at all, man. Like I said in the beginning when I first came on, I'm tired of it, man. I need results. God damn it, I need them now, man.
Man,
this guy's available. You have to, man. You have to.
You got to.
Absolutely, man.
Our brother is in the house, Larry from the Dixon Way, and I'll tell you what, Larry was doing a good job. He was watching the NCAA games going on, and you want some good live reaction videos to watch the game and have him right there hollering at you. Please check him out. Big Larry is good. He said, I see you, Steve, with the super chats. Night word, brother. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Look, what they say, a whole new world. So exciting. Yeah, y'all gonna get songs whether y'all want songs or not. Yeah. Just got paid to Monday night. Love it. Thank you. But the support is more important, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. ATL for Life is in the house. What's going on? How you feeling, brother? Norman is in the house. Norman says, I want to win. If we can get LJ and make it, I'm with it. If not, then I'll still support Desmond. I'm good either way. Norman, I wish it was a way I could post this.
Right.
And put it up because that's the general idea. From the last play of the Super Bowl to that Thursday night game in September, there are so many things that the draft picks, releases, and guess what, folks? When preseason comes, there are going to be cuts that we don't know about. They're going to happen. So we got a lot to get through, y'all. We got a lot to get through and a lot of minutia to go through before this is all over with. Don't give up. Don't just think we're talking about Lamar in the sense that he's the only hope. No, I'm saying, but he's just a good option to bring on your team. That's what I say. It says, what's good, Steve? Hope you're having a blessed day. Hopefully we can make a run at Lamar. If we could make it happen, we will have some primetime night games again on NBC and Monday night. When's the last significant primetime game? Not the Thursday night game.
Everybody gets one.
That's not that one. What's the last prime game we had? Was it New Orleans in the Thanksgiving game? Or was it another one?
I'm trying to think back.
I'm trying to. I know it's been a minute since we've been on.
It's been a while.
Sunday night we haven't been on for a while, but if memory serves me correctly, I think that Thanksgiving game we did it back to back with New Orleans. Remember?
Yeah.
I want to say is either 17 to 18 or 18 to 19, one of the two.
I want to say it was 2020. Todd Gurley was the last time we played Green Bay. I believe it was on a Monday Night Football.
You're absolutely right. And Torian scored 3 touchdowns that day.
Yep.
Did he score 3 touchdowns?
The tight end.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for rattling the cages up here. That was the last one. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers. That was when and my son he made me laugh. When Aaron Rodgers has that look on his face, it was cold, and he has his hands in his little warmers. And he has that little look on his face. You know that little smirk he has? He was doing that all game. He's like,
pretty much. Here's the mismatch. Yeah, go over here.
You know, just
oh, you mother.
Was that a shutout? They might have shut us out that day.
No, I think we came back.
Did we come back a little bit?
I think we didn't come back to win. We definitely lost. But I think we made it interesting towards that third and fourth quarter. We started coming back, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, I just remember him acting like he was
oh man, he was throwing touchdowns at will, man.
Oh my goodness,
it was ridiculous, man.
Oh my goodness. Got Atlanta Falcon Life. What's going on? How you doing? Ravens will not pay LJ that money. No way in hell. He knows it. That's why he's moving on, and I believe that. Yeah. But I think the Ravens are. I don't know. I just think they're going to play blocker. I think they're going to play blocker on this case. I don't think they're just going to let him go because he wants to go. I think they're going to try to do it, or they'll try to find the best package. That's why I was talking about right before you came on here about the best teams set up to get him. I was going to the salary cap. I'm going to bring it on the screen with us again.
I know I heard some rumblings about the Colts.
Yeah, and that was the team that I said it makes the most sense. If you look at, make this a little bit shorter since you probably have good eyes, but I don't. Maybe that.
I'm right there
much.
with you.
Okay, so if you look at this list, and we brought it up a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Chicago, I think they're going to be set. Carolina, they have the number 1 pick. Detroit Lions, they're drinking the Dan Campbell juice, so they're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Houston Texans, I don't think Lamar wants to go to Houston.
There's no lore there.
I don't think there's anything exciting about going to Houston for him with that franchise, because at least the Falcons have been middling towards 500 as opposed to what they've done. Then I look at the Packers, who have Jordan Love. So all these teams, those are the top 5 teams with cap room, and then we get to number 6. and the number 6 team is us. And we still have some creative ways
We do.
that we can get. And I was what's the cap guy that I was on the NFL Network, and he was talking about they may not even need to create any room. They could structure it where he absolutely could still come on. So that's I don't know. What you think?
I think it's doable. I think it's doable, right? And there's so many ways to manipulate the salary cap now. I mean, just look by looking at the ways the contracts were constructed for the free agents that came in. A lot of them are playing on affordable money that still allowed us to be as competitive as we was in the free agent market thus far. So yeah, Lamar could definitely come on. You know, give him a nice hefty signing bonus here, play on that, and then have his cap number for this year. You know, maybe 10 to 15 million. Who knows? Just throwing out numbers. It could work. It could absolutely work. But I'll say this, man. You know something? I'm not so sold on Indianapolis. You know why? Can Indianapolis make a mistake? Can they afford to make one? They've already did it with Carson Wentz. They've done it with Matt Ryan. Do they really feel like giving up capital right now is the right thing to do? Albeit it's Lamar Jackson, and like we mentioned so many times, a guy like that just doesn't become available, you know, a lot of the times. I don't think Indy can afford to do that right now. They've already struck out twice.
I think when you talk and everything, and that makes sense. The only thing I'll say about Jim Irsay is Jim Irsay is not afraid to make a mistake and move on to the next step. He and granted, the Andrew Luck stuff they weren't ready for. They weren't ready because actually Andrew Luck would still be around right now. Andrew Luck was arguably a top 5 quarterback when he left.
Yeah,
arguably.
And
that set them back. So they were trying every little thing they could do. And this is the thing. I think he's that kind of owner that I think he'll roll the dice again.
Yeah.
I think I think he will. I think failure doesn't mean a lot to him at this point because he's saying, shoot, I'd rather fail trying than to sit back and let Sam Ellinger try to work out. I mean,
no, you're right. You absolutely right.
and Berto, that's what I'm saying. That's the scenario that I'm afraid of with Desmond Ridder.
Yep.
And for anybody to say, oh, he's better than Sam Ellinger. Do y'all realize how much Sam Ellinger was kicking behind in Texas? At one point, prior to him getting drafted that year, there were folks going into the year thinking Sam Ellinger was going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate going into his last year. So things can change. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not trying to tell you that he's Desmond Ridder is leaps and bounds above him, but I'm saying, but that could happen too.
Yeah.
When Ellinger came in the game, there was a thought that he was going to be, ready for action.
Yeah.
But that was just crazy.
Definitely, man. And I listen, and we've said it so many times, on the shows, on respected shows. If Desmond Ridder is the guy, he's the guy. Well, we'll go through the bumps and bruises again if we have to. That's an organizational decision. I'm going to support it regardless, but it's that guy. It's just that guy. He's out there. You got to try and make sense out of that and bring him in to be competitive, especially at the stage that the NFC South is in right now, man. It's so weak. It is so weak. I mean, some folks might make an argument that Carolina is working with something. They got the number 1 overall pick. They seem like they have the right head coach. They got a defensive coordinator who's a guru at defense, man. Things are lining up for them, but why not us and why not now? Why can't we strike right now, man, and take advantage of that? Lamar Jackson comes to Atlanta. It catapults us up to a top 5 team, maybe top 3, maybe. I know he'll become probably the best quarterback in the NFC.
In the NFC.
Yeah.
And I was talking about this to the guys today when we were talking. In the NFC, with the additions we've made, NFC South, we automatically Matter of fact, I almost want to go to Vegas before that move because I want to get lower odds before I do that. Because if Lamar Jackson came to Atlanta, it would automatically be the number one
Matter of fact, hold on.
Yeah, you try to see.
No, I saw. You know what? Because I saw something earlier. Let me see if this is still up.
While you still looking, I'm gonna give our brother False Start some love, man. Got them Superman chats. Let's go. Well, first of all, thank you, False Start. I appreciate that. They're not Superman chats on here. They're Stevie chats. They're Stevie chats. So for you. You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around.
Let's go.
Stevie Wonder chats.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, man. Bro. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Go ahead. You got it?
Yeah, I got it right. So DraftKings has Atlanta as the odds-on favorite to land Lamar at plus 250.
Wow.
The Colts come in at 300, Commanders at 450, the Titans at 750, and then the Jets, Seahawks, and Patriots come in at 900. Dark Horse at 1,000, the Dolphins and Buccaneers. So right now we lead the pack as far as odds on landing Lamar.
All right, listen.
Do they know something we don't know?
Vegas usually does. They usually do. There's always something. I don't know, man. I hope it's real.
Yeah.
Let's go to Pamela says Team Ritter. I know. I hear you. I hear you. Listen, Pamela, you are not gonna get me. You are not gonna get me to try to sway your thoughts. Team Ritter all the way. And again, he's a Falcon, so Team Ritter here too. Team Ritter all the way. All the way. I'll put something up here.
Yeah.
Let me see. Trying to slip. I'm trying to get down to a couple of folks we hadn't heard from. Cool. Jay Black says, "Sup, guys? Please stay away from Lamar." I'm sorry, man.
Listen, man. Oh man, it makes it seem like it's buyer beware with Lamar.
I don't get it, man. I think people they're scared. They scared.
They scared. And I guess some people are. A 1-3 record in the playoffs probably is not the shiniest thing to front. Like, hey, listen, I'm Lamar. I bring this to the table. But I look past that, man. I look at the attributes, the athleticism he brings to the position. How he can elevate. Not just the city, but a whole team.
Right.
It would be so infectious to have a guy like him, on the Falcons. So yeah, I'll be ready. I'll be ready, man.
The intangibles, and I keep hearing this. This is one of my favorites too. Y'all just want somebody exciting. I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
As a sports fan, who wouldn't want anybody exciting?
I mean, ask this: if the Falcons drafted Jalen Carter at 8, is that not exciting?
It's exciting.
It's exciting.
I mean,
no matter which way you slice it, it's exciting.
You gotta pay. The guy earlier today, and I can't remember when he was talking. I think that might have been Jay Truck. He said you got to pay the cost to be the boss, and this is one of those things where this might cost you a little bit.
Yeah,
this might cost you, but
you say it best. Scared money don't make money. So
scared money don't make money. My dad used to say that. He said all the time. Scared money don't make money. It don't.
Yeah, man.
When you're a little kid and you were taking that stuff in. Yeah, but wait a minute, I ain't got money. Ain't got money yet. Now, when you get some money, now you like,
I get it now.
That's what he was talking about.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh man,
I gotta run real quick, man. Go ahead.
Do your thing,
quick, man.
Thank you, my friend.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you as always. Thank you for coming in the lounge. We'll catch you later on, my friend.
Definitely will, man.
Tell them where you are.
Yes. It's your boy Berto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show. That's the platform on YouTube, and on Twitter, I'm under RI Falcons, another platform I use to push out some Falcon content, and some, just daily thoughts, so to say. So, folks, appreciate a sub, appreciate a follow. I'll gladly do it right back. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Have a great night, everybody. Unc, man, keep doing your thing, man. We'll collaborate again soon, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All love to you, brother. You take care of that family, man. Be good. Now, that's my brother, man. That's my brother. One of the guys. One of the 4 Southern Silk members. I gotta see what's up with our alleged leader. He kind of gonna put out their picture with him in front. I'm gonna have some problems. That's some Bobby Brown problems. I'm gonna have to leave him. I appreciate everybody coming in. I am going down to some folks I hadn't seen. Brother Devontae, what's going on? I just seen we got a DM from the Chargers. What y'all think? I think he's he's definitely depth piece. I looked him up as soon as we got him, and hold on, I was trying to see where they had him on the hold on. I mean, at this point, what we're doing now, because I know a lot of people were talking about the Tay Davis signing and things like that. Yeah, right now, folks, we're just getting and they haven't put his numbers out. Joe Gaziano, but they haven't put his official numbers. Neither him or Jermaine Ifedi. They haven't put his numbers out as well either. Let's go back. Brian Peoples in the house says, I agree with you. We all different opinions. At the end of the day, we want the Falcons to win, whether it's DR4 or LJ. And that's the bottom line, folks. It's not if you want to go through the offseason and not speak about stuff and not talk about changes, I mean, to me, that's standing still. I can't stand still. You got to keep this stuff moving. You got to keep this stuff rolling. I mean, that's crazy to me. Oh, Jesus. Here he is. Here's the alleged lead singer of Southern Silk. That's our big brother, Big Low Country Sports. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the love. Thank you so much, man. It is so awesome. Fellas like this young man right here keep me rolling, keep me smiling, and keep us on our toes, man. There are a lot of times just because we come on here and talk doesn't mean it's the gospel all the time. Sometimes, we need each other to keep each other honest. And he's one of those brothers, man. Thank you so much. If y'all didn't get a chance last night, we got a chance to do a video. I appreciate y'all. Go back and check that out. But thank you for that. And for you, I sing the song. I'm going solo. I'm going solo now. Oh man, my big brother, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me slip down here to the other fellas. Let's be real, though. Lamar dropped that letter at the perfect time and on the perfect day. Good move, bro. Yeah, I mean, look, he might have needed the phones to start ringing or need people to talk to. Maybe he was just trying to put it out there to say, listen, I'm trying to get stuff moving. Y'all not listening to me. So I give him credit. Atlanta Falcons life. LJ won't be here. Terry ain't paying money, picks, and players. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's a once everyone has Blank's money, then you can sign LJ. Hey, and it's interesting. I wonder what Arthur Blank thinks about this. It would be cool to be in his room right now just to see what his thoughts are on all of this. Because I know he wants to win. You know he does. You know he wants to win. You can't sit there and tell me that he's not trying to get this thing jump started. I know he does. Let's get up a little bit. Let's go to. I'm trying to move up. Jacqueline, how you doing? Says, I will make the case if we do get Lamar, we definitely have more primetime games. Oh, without a doubt. Oh, that conversation changes immediately. That conversation changes just like that. So you're absolutely right, Jacqueline. Dexter says, I would love to have LJ on this team, but financially, is it worth the investment and us giving up 2 number ones? Can we draft well enough in the next 2 years to fill holes in other areas? Here's my problem. And again, thank you, Dexter. It is a little bit of a conundrum because you are saying let's piece this stuff together timely, but you say the next 2 years. In 2025, is Grady still going to be Grady? Is AJ still going to be AJ? And he should, but I'm just hypothetically speaking. I don't mind building for the future. The problem is when you've had this lack of success for the last 5 years, at what point are you drawing the line of let's stop piecemealing stuff and let's swing for the fences? And when you have the ability to do, we can laugh at Dallas all we want to. Jerry Jones swing for the fences. And yeah, he ain't won a Super Bowl in a long time. Can't say he's not trying. Some of these owners try. And with Terry here, I know he's going to do it smartly. I know he's going to think about what he's doing. But there's something about that situation, something still about that last year with Deshaun Watson that makes you just say, would he try? He tried last year. Let's not pretend like that. Everybody acts like that was a dream last year. Everybody act like that was just some magical made up stuff. He was trying to swing for it last year. And so now all of a sudden this year we get amnesia. Oh no, that Terry's smart. Terry was about to mortgage the farm last year. So when I hear everybody with this, oh no, he's doing it smartly, he's doing that, he was about to put us in the same position that we're talking about with Lamar last year. So it kind of makes me laugh when I hear that. It really does. Atlanta Falcons life. That's the problem with so many folks have. He is a 3rd round pick. And you know, it's fair and it's not fair. It's fair for us to say, man, if he was so good, why could we get him 2 rounds later? If he was so good, why did he not push off the field earlier? And I know there's some people will say, well, there was no way he was going to get on there. I get that. But if you have that particular talent, sometimes you got to push him out there. Sometimes you do. You know. John says, the Desmonds think he's Brady. They think he's Aaron Rodgers. At least Aaron Rodgers was 1st round pick. People, you know what it is, though, John? People think Brady's grow on trees. And then, Lord, with Purdy doing well last year, there are some people, oh, well, we can get our quarterback in the 6th round. Stetson Bennett, let's get him. Even though I'm not even going to lie to you, there is something sneaky about Stetson. I'm not trying to tell you for the Falcons by any means. Stetson got a little. You know who Stetson remind me of? Straight up, Stetson remind me of Drew Brees with more athleticism. Stetson kind of remind me of that. He doesn't have the measurables. And I'm not here telling, so don't y'all go around talking about, oh, Steve's here, get Stetson. No, that's not what I said. But you talk about somebody that I wouldn't be surprised if he found success maybe a couple of years later. That wouldn't shock me. David said, but he got better every week. You leave that guy alone. Facebook user says Atlanta Falcons just need to take a chance on Lamar. Anthony, what's going on? Says Desmond is so shell shocked from the previous cap hell we just got out of. They don't realize you can't take money with you when you die. The time is now. Good quarterbacks don't grow on trees like that. You better get one. While they think Terry and Arthur learned from the first draft, but they never mentioned it to the public. I'm gonna tell you what, man. I've kind of been preaching that part. You have folks seriously, oh, we'll have $100 million next year. It's almost like you're bragging about having the cap space more than you're bragging about doing something with it. We'll have $100 million. And you know what that tells you most of the time when you have $100 million? It tells you two things. It tells you, one, you're not good. And it tells you, two, people don't want to come play for you. Jacksonville was in that position the last couple of years. Now, they finally righted their ship because they went out and spent. And they had the luxury of losing so much that they got the number one pick in Trevor Lawrence a couple of years ago. And they could have, if they wanted to, if they didn't like Trevor, they could have done something last year if they wanted to. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me, y'all. Maybe it's me. Dexter says, I like the free agents we picked up on defense, but them defensive players beside Bates just don't get me excited. We couldn't sack nobody. Ellis is a mixed bag, and Ominyata is another D tackle. We need a pass rusher. Here's the only thing I'll say about that, Dexter, and that's a fair statement. Can we at least see what Coach Nielsen will do? Because I have this sneaky suspicion with the folks he brought in. It's very encouraged about seeing Jerry Gray in there. And if y'all don't remember Jerry Gray, he was a solid cornerback himself. I'm encouraged by seeing him on this staff, and definitely encouraged by seeing what Nielsen has done. Pretty much, it wasn't like it was superstars on the New Orleans staff, but whatever he was doing, whatever he was putting in that Gatorade, it was working. It was absolutely working. Brian says, as long as we don't look like Denver where the defense did all the work and the offense don't score any points, I'm straight with whoever's at quarterback. I want the best quarterback to lead this team to victory. And that's actually another key, Brian. I want the best quarterback to lead here too. And right now, if you told me day one, right now, who I'd probably want to start, I'd probably want Heineke. If you told me at this second, I'd probably say Heineke. And guess what? That's going to scare people because Heineke just might push this cat enough and win the job. And then what? You know. Let me get down here. Christian, what's going on? Chris said Lamar's been baptized. Ritter hasn't. Lamar, dirty bird. That's true. Atlanta Falcons Life said, I think we all agree Ritter is an upgrade over Mariota. We almost won the division with him. Now we have fixed holes. Ritter will get us there. I hope so. I want to share your optimism. I really do. J. Crew, what's going on? Saying, I really don't get some of these fans. Aren't y'all tired of mediocreness? What about, that's a good one. What about the excitement he could bring in the winning culture? Come on, man. And that's the thing. Jay, I think there are some folks that don't think that type of fan exists, where we say, guess what? Excitement and winning can be in the same package. The one thing I keep hearing about Lamar, the anti folks that don't want anything to even do with it, is his injuries. He gets hurt all the time. Folks, that happens. That happens. We were blessed to have a quarterback that got hurt 3 games out of 14 years. And I give Matt a lot of credit. Matt is a tough dude, man. Matt is a tough dude. That's why when he went out last year, I was a little shocked. That must have really been something. Matt is a tough cat. Terrence says, I thought the goal was to win. Why are so many fans in love with Ritter? If Ritter don't work, get another quarterback next year. Arthur Blank is getting any older. I say if we able to get LJ, do it. And people laughing at the notion of, yeah, Arthur Blank is getting old, y'all. Arthur Blank might want to swing for the fences. He might. And they don't talk to Deshaun without talking to Arthur last year. Blank. So Arthur had to say, yeah, go ahead. Let's see. And it might have been a little different there because there was some personal stuff there with Deshaun, because Deshaun had ties, obviously, to the area and had some association with the team. So there was probably a little bit of that. But yeah, I mean, he putting it right there. J. Cruz says, LJ would bring more money to the city. Falcons would put butts in the seats. What, in an overall fashion, we would be going up, stop the mediocrity. I'm just posting them, y'all. I'm just reading them. So it just lets you know I'm not the only one. I'm really not. RJ says, quick question. With your prediction yesterday on trading up number 3 with Arizona, do you see a package of that number 3 with Hopkins to the Falcons? It's funny because I did see one of the articles talking about that. Here's the thing. If you bring Hopkins here, RJ, you're going to have to do something with that contract. I'm not sure we're in the business of the over 30-year-old wide receiver restructuring contract business anymore. I'm not even sure for this team, D-Hop would be that guy, because I think in a run-heavy offense, I'm not sure if this would be the place. I don't know if this would be the ideal place for him. In my opinion, I don't think it is. I think D-Hop wants to go where he can get his numbers. He's at a point in his career right now where it's ring or bust. It's ring or Hall of Fame. He's going for both. And right now, he needs work for both of them. But it would be interesting if he would be included for something for Arizona. And what he's alluding to yesterday, we were talking about what we think was happening in the draft. And I said, I think it's going to be Atlanta is going to trade up, but not to get a quarterback. I think they're going to trade up and possibly try to get Will Anderson. Will Anderson has by far been the best defensive player over the last 2 years. And Jalen Carter has to be in that conversation. But Will Anderson, man, I'm telling you, even more, he had more hype behind him than he had more hype behind him than Parsons. And I'm going to get ready to wrap up here in 1 second. I'm gonna get a couple more comments right here with y'all. Stefan says, yes, Stetson is sneaky good. I agree. It's something about him. Got a little moxie to him, man. And that was, just a little attitude. And Anthony says, "What's up, Steve? I'm just coming in after 5 years of straight losing, I don't understand why fans are afraid to go for it. Patience is out of the window at this point for it, bro. Listen, I know a lot of you. There are a lot of folks that really, and I don't doubt either side. Folks on the Ritter side, folks on the get Lamar or somebody else side. I think everyone just wants what's best for the Falcons. I don't think there's anyone that's hating the young man, which is the narrative that people gotta stop. You gotta stop. We gotta stop putting words like hate. And I'm not trying to be Mr. We Are the World or your pastor or anything like that. But I am kind of, it bothers me. It is so many hateful things in this world. And I know I'm not trying to relate it to football. I felt so horrible about the little shooting, and God bless the families and for those loved ones that we lost today. This world is just, hate. We say it, and I know sometimes we say it in the context of, football and stuff. But when I hear people talking about hating the young man, there is no hate for the young man. There is not even dislike for Ritter. There is no dislike for Ritter. I actually like him, but our team could do better. I think our team deserves an upgrade. I think our team deserves more. And then, now, think about the calculated comments from Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith lately. Everybody took those combine interviews from Arthur Blank and a little from Terry, and it was, they're not going to get. Did you see how good they were talking about Ritter? Yeah, I saw it. And while he was having that interview, his cell phone was probably ringing, talking about 4 years, 205. We'll work with you if you work with us. I guarantee you, folks. And I'm not making that up. I'm not trying to start rumors. I'm just saying that you always try for better options. Always. Always. Folks, I got to go get my daughter, man. So let me grab her real quick. I appreciate all the love, especially y'all. And again, you're not going to see me, like trying to, please beg you for donations, all that. But I appreciate them wholeheartedly. First day I was able to get it because of going over 1,000. Thank you so much for everyone that contributed today. I will always take any blessings that you guys want to bestow upon me. I appreciate that. What I do in return is to continue to try to give you positive, fun Atlanta Falcons content and just other good content if I can. I appreciate you tuning in to me. We do it every Monday. It's called The Aftermath. We do a Friday show. It's called The Brunch. We usually start somewhere around 12:30, 1 o'clock. I usually post it out maybe about a couple of days before. But I appreciate you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the donations today. And thank you, more importantly, to the people who just watching and adding to the chat. I appreciate that more. Thank you so much. Everyone have a great night, blessed night, great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.